Hi everybody, welcome to Whiskey Mystery. I'm Phil.
I'm Deepa.
And today we are going to be blind tasting something which is a monster, isn't it? Bottle number, oh I picked it. Bottle number 227. There was a comment saying, why do we keep talking about the shelf? And I realised we haven't really gone over the rules for a while. So anyone who's new to the channel, welcome aboard. What we do is we blind taste. We are working our way through 300 blind tasting bottles. There's only 79 to go.
We started about 2 years ago.
3 years ago. The quest to get over 300 bottles should be completed this year. Maybe. Now, what we do is we nose it, we taste it, we give you our opinion about what it is, and we try to guess what it might be from the list of bottles. And the list is pinned in the comments at the top, but we'll have a look down the list also if we remember. But before we reveal it, we want to say, where does it rank on the shelf? This is our top 10 best bottles, going from a Brora to a Ledaig. On the way down, and the least... It's a bit unfair to say it, but this currently is the Octomore is the least favourite on the shelf. But bear in mind, what's on the shelf represents the top 20% of whiskey that we've tried. So these are all winners. These are all in the fantastic, excellent category. Right. I think that's enough housekeeping. So. Let's get on with it. For the next 12 minutes, we will nose it, taste it, and rank it somewhere on the shelf. Now, we do some homework the day before, so we tasted it yesterday, we made some notes, and the glass which is left behind is often very telling about what the whiskey is. And, and normally, if it's a very light Speyside-y, fruity whiskey, you will have very little left behind. But if it's a heavily peated, smoky whiskey, like this one, this is like
but
dusty
not
char.
Ardbeg type of
It's not like Ardbeg. Well, I think we should set the basics. This is heavily peated, just the way Ardbeg is heavily peated, or Laphroaig, or Lagavulin.
But not for me. It's not that heavy beating.
Don't listen to her. This is heavily peated. The only thing left in this glass is dusty wood char. But it's not rubber tires or any of those things.
What I mean.
The style is not like Ardbeg.
Yes.
That's more fine detail. Right. Something else we do, you know I forgot, is the viscometer. We use the viscometer to try and work out how thick this whiskey is. So we'll charge it up and we'll get the timer started. Or not. The timer didn't start. Let's try it one more time. And go. There we go. Timer is underway. Right. And pouring is underway. Let's check out how the bubbles are, because another important factor is the bubbles. That looks dark, very dark. And I can tell, look at the way those beads of bubbles are just sitting there. That is a bubble monster. And what does bubble monster mean? Here's the same whiskey, bit easier to shake. See the way those bubbles just boil off? That is a high ABV whiskey. Compared to 50%, which is already a high ABV whiskey, you can see that the bubbles look like they're boiling off much faster. 56%, how does that compare? Starting to look a similar diameter, but they don't really match. This is 61%. Now that 61% is actually a bourbon.
So it's 61.
But it's much closer to 61 than it is to any others. But not quite as high, I think.
So it's 58.
We haven't had a big bubble monster for a while. How are we doing on the timer? Good. So, yesterday's glass? Yes. What am I doing?
Nah, that is peat.
Another way to test for peat is the drip test. You get a little bit here. Oh.
It's a rubber tire. That's a peat.
It's not rubber tire. It's very much
It's,
like...
it's a foot. Stop.
It's very wood.
Syrupy.
Syrupy, woody. But it's a very wood char smoke. And in that respect, it's quite clean. So not getting anything which is like petrol or anything.
Christmas season.
Hang on.
Frankly, big pie type of ash.
Got some dry skin. We were out running this morning. Okay. So something heavily sherry, fruity, dark kind of flavours along with this smoke. Now,
Banana. Satanat.
I'm just trying to get, because the sherries or whatever the dark fruity stuff is quite overpowering on the smoke, isn't it?
Yes.
Like you think, like this is very smoky, but with the full glass, not so smoky. Okay, go on.
Yeah, and I thought for warm apple pie.
Warm apple pie. Let me
Syrupy.
see. I'm going to try and get this glass to evaporate off now.
If anything, it could be apple cake. But thick, sugary, syrupy, but any
Apple cake. I mean, maybe it's because I'm looking at the colour. Because I keep thinking darker fruit stuff.
pruned, maybe pruned.
Yeah, see, it is a bit pruny, which is sherry again, isn't it? It's funny, even though this is presumably high ABV, it doesn't have a lot of vapour when I stick my nose in, which we normally get. So maybe it's not quite.
I feel thicker.
How are we doing on the viscometer? Almost there.
It's almost that wine, sherry type of combination.
Red wine and sherry. Matthias, any salty notes? I don't think I'm getting anything salty. Salty? Oh, and the timer, 4:05, let's call it. I think that looked about right. Not so high viscosity. 104% that works out. But that also is an indication that this ABV is high, because when it gets very high, the viscosity gets thinner again. So, how are we doing for time?
I'm getting a cherries.
Cherries and rum cake. See, that's more like it's that Christmas cake thing.
And we got this as well. This.
Yeah, okay. So now that this glass is emptying out, it's going slightly less woody smoke. And that's where I'm picking up this creosote note. Slightly tar creosote, hot paved road in the sun. But it's
minty shy.
but not as much as Laphroaig and not as much as
Ardbeg.
even Ardbeg, although Ardbeg is more of an ashy, I think. So a little bit of the plasticine on there. Now, I'm gonna add
It's fine, warm, soft.
warm, soft. Expectations are pretty high. Oh, I don't need my water bottle, do I? There's water right there.
It's very caramelized, sugar, and thick.
Normally, when I do 50% water as the first taste for peated whiskey, it normally ruins it because it turns it into a horrible plasticine kind of note. Didn't see any swirly stuff in there. Oh, actually slightly more Isla peat with the water in. Oh, that's very strong.
I'm not the beat, a sherry, a sort of evil. They are not dominant.
Yeah, the peat and sherry, presuming it's sherry, they do seem very evenly matched. Yeah, go ahead. So the watered down version, I want to see if it has this weird plasticine thing.
Beef senti get up with the stuff, but the grass. But as I speak, more beef is coming out.
I have to say that tastes quite strong. Oh, quite sparkly.
Very fine.
At the end.
Pepper, but very thin black pepper maybe.
I'm going to... I guess we have to go for full power sip as a guess to the ABV. Okay.
Very sweet.
Oh, not quite.
Yummy.
Very sweet. Not quite as high as I thought, but... oh, it's burning a bit now. Let me see if this will bring it down a touch. Right. Did you like it?
I love it.
Okay, I'm going to go for a proper taste at almost full power. Off
But
you
it
go.
doesn't have those fine that it what we had in the previous episode. It's a flat stroke of sugar, sherry, that of vanilla, that of mint.
So, I need more water. So you're saying it doesn't have the fine details of those old whiskies that we've been trying? Because we have been trying quite a lot of like this old Clynelish and Ex-Bourbon, fine detail, gentle type of things. This is a power monster, isn't it? This is loud, full volume, rock band blasting away, and probably
I might be that this, but a mixed pie.
you'd need a really big mince pie with a really big bite, because this is going to absolutely blast everything. But it has its own balance within itself.
It's beautifully integrated with the grass.
Let's go again.
It doesn't attack with the sugar. But the grass.
Yes, it tastes like this. Tons of puffy wood smoke over this sherry, but there are these little wisps of maybe a touch of matchsticks, but also a kind of a minty, possibly vanilla, but some things that are a little bit kind of green over the top.
But the finish is really soft finish. But none. Up top is starfree faint.
A soft finish. We've got 1 minute. Better or worse? That's Ardbeg Ugadal.
It's very ABV. I go for that. It's more fun.
Okay. So Ardbeg Ugadal, 54%. And you said,
stronger. I put it 58.
and you said this was a much lower. I have to say that Ugadal, which is good,
Nice.
it tastes quite simple by comparison to this. Better or worse? We had a taste of this Bowmore Devil's Cask when the Bowmore came out, and I thought it has the same. Time is up. It had the same. Ignore that. Had the same kind of ashy smoke. Let's see.
That is more monster. It's very aggressive. It's very almost abrasive.
Yeah, it's a more monster sherry, but less peat. And this is more balanced between the sherry and the smoke.
It's a bit abrasive. I'm not like it. It's very deserving. It is beautifully. It is so good. But with that one.
Bowmore Devil's Cask. It was 10-year Devil's Cask, batch 2, 56.3. Right, better or worse?
I feel because it's not sherry. It's so good.
That was too strong for me.
For the dessert after dinner, before dinner, I asked this for that one.
It is sherry, but it's Amontillado.
Yeah, that's my favourite.
So our favourite,
Do you like it?
I like it because it has the sweetness of wine gum candy with the smoke, very well balanced. This is a 13-year-old at 59.2%. So what did you think of the strength comparison? Same.
Maybe stopped at that.
So we're talking about something 58, 59, 60. I think it's 60 because I think it might be, let's see, Octomore, doubt it. Ben Nevis, 10, doubt it. Is Amrut Port Nova super smoky? Don't think so. Edrodaurus Sauterne, maybe. No, Edrodaurus not peated. It would need to be Balekin or something like that, wouldn't it? Ledaig. Look, it could be this 21-year-old sherry Ledaig from Chieftains. I don't think it's a Glenlossie or a Deanston or a Mortlack or a Benroma, Cavalan. Where's why isn't that? That should be grey. Bunna. It's got to be this Moiné Oloroso. Or is it Port Charlotte or one of these Longrows down here? Oh. Well. What do you mean? Last week I said it was Bunna on first sip. We do have some Octomores. We have the 10-year Octomore. We have Port Charlotte, 8-year-old, 57. Do you think this is young?
Yes, it's not old. And 50 years.
But we're saying it's better than Ugadal. Hang on, what's on the shelf? So ranking on the shelf then. Do you think it's? I think it's better than Supernova. Where are you going on the shelf with this?
It's better than that. I mean, this is better.
Yeah, it's better than Kilhome and Sauterne, I think. Now we're into the monsters. Or is it top? Do you think it's top shelf?
Yes, but top shelf. But after 18, we prefer 18.
The thing is, I notice all of the top shelf is quite subtle now. Mostly. Apart from the Longrow Red Malbec, I think I might put it above the Malbec. Oh, hang on. I'm saying
above and back.
Absolutely not. I'm not allowed.
Okay. After 14. Maybe after 14 and after 18.
I'm putting it with the Longrow Red, the Malbec.
Okay.
Now, could it be
after 14?
What does after mean? No, that's before. No, I would prefer Aaron 14. But okay, we're saying it's up there. Come on. Oh, it's something in here. Oh, it's a peated new make spirit.
Get a try.
No, we can try it after. Well, hang on. What's the ABV? Well, no, because we don't know if it's that one. No, not yet.
Oh, that's true.
Could it be Ardmore 10-year-old?
No, I think because it's got a fishy flavour. Ardmore.
Well, we normally get burnt sticks, don't we, with Ardmore? There is the Longrow 14 sherry cask.
Possible.
But I remember, because we did try that in blind tasting, and it was quite fireworks, sulphur. I don't think it's sulphury. Any possibility it's an Octomore?
I've never like Ardmore. I'm in Ardmore.
Well, we've only tried the one. Now, the only thing that makes me think it could be an Octomore is because they use Highland peat.
I see.
Oh, but they're not that dark, are they?
But they're not have sherry in them.
They're not that dark. I'm saying no to Octomore. That Ben Nevis surely isn't as peated as we're getting today. I mean, I'm going Bunnahabhain.
You don't. I think it's too old. It's 21 years.
It could be the Ardmore. It could be the Chieftain. But 21 years, we don't think so.
I'm here. It's 15.
This is a no-age statement, I think, isn't it? 7 Oloroso casks. I thought it did have an age.
I did not mention. But on your spreadsheet, you have.
Let's see, Bunnahabhain. I'm just looking at the spreadsheet to see if I had marked down. Well, I have 13. I have 13 years written down for this. Right. Are we both going for Moiné Oloroso?
Yes. But you got it first.
I have to say, this was a bit of a mythical whiskey for us because it was in one of Roy's early recycled reviews, Aquavitae. And I actually bought 2 bottles of it, but we shared out one whole bottle.
Oh no!
Right.
I was shocked by the price. It's so expensive.
Let's hold on, because it might not be that one. Let's go and see what other people are guessing. Donna Pass. The 10 Super Dark Edredauer bottles are wonderful. The Edredauer Natural Cask Strength is a favourite. Oh, the 12-year. Yeah, I bet it is. What are people guessing? Whiskey Vault. No need for all these theatrics. Just pick the Bunna. Yeah, exactly. Is everyone else on Bunna? Ben Romac Cask Strength should be grey in your sheet. Oh, should it? Is it peated?
Again, the finish is beat.
Yeah.
A bun finish.
Let's see. Moronic, bottled at 56.1%, very sherry-ish, but no peat. I like it. Okay. Edredauer, no. Phil, look how many of the independent bottles you took off when you reset the shelves. Oh yeah, would still make it on now. Quite a lot.
Right.
Quite a lot of those independents would still make it. We'll have to kind of revisit the whole 300 bottles at some point, meaning for the shelf. Right.
But I think it was the beat it.
Peathead?
You mentioned about this episode. You get at the beginning of the show.
Are we ready for the reveal? Is it going to be the almost mythical Moiné Oloroso?
Once again, well, you better do 15 for this.
You know when I say ready for the reveal and you say 1 second? That means not ready for the reveal.
It's about, yeah.
Yeah, okay. You said how much would you pay for it though? I mean, it's next to bottles which have cost us 150, 100, 200. That Laphroaig's become expensive now.
How much will you pay for this?
$150. Here we go.
$195.
Okay, $195 for deeper.
No, but it's not the date. Okay.
Are you ready for the reveal? ABV 60%. Put that back.
Oh, it's fine. Okay. That was 58.
No age statement. Why did I say 13 years? I don't know where I got that from. $200 roughly. It is an Isla. It is a Bunnahabhain. And it's got to be. Come on. Bunnahabhain, Moiné Oloroso. Yes. Now, I remember. Hang on a minute. We bought 2 of these. One of them cost 2. Oh, here we go. There's 2 labels. We bought one for $198, which is your price, and the other one I bought was $240.
Oops.
The good news is
We cannot buy them anymore.
The good news is, because we shared out a whole bottle, this bottle is almost full. Are we going to share it?
No, I'm sorry.
I think we have to do quality control. Hang on, fireworks. I get fireworks. We both get fireworks. Peter, do you get fireworks?
Again, it's possible.
Auction. We bought it at the auction, so if you want to buy it, I've no idea what it is at the auction now. I'm tempted to look it up. Scotch whisky auctions. You have a taste. Does it taste any different out of the bottle? Let's see if I can get the Scotch whisky. Oh no, I can't. The keyboard's over there. Someone have a look at Scotch whisky auctions for this
it's
original.
quite sharp. This was softer.
After the live, I'll put the link in the description to Roy's Aquavitae.
Oh yeah, it was a number 7.
And I mean, this is just the monster whiskey. Now, I think Roy paid £90.
Yes, 99.
And he said, if you see it, buy it on site.
That's why we bought it. We got of him.
But £90 turned into $220-ish for us on average. Now, we bought this early 2019. So this was one of the this is the first whiskies we bought on the auction, I think. Because we're talking about something which is now, 2020, 21, 22.
Okay, now, Eve, I got the pressure for money, but a few that I rather go for out of 14. Out of 14 for how much?
Well, you can't buy that now either.
Oh, oops. Okay, I put...
I mean, Ardbeg Ugadal is 75.
Not that good.
That's the problem. On average, this cost about $11 per year at 40 ABV, which is putting it up in the Springbank local barley, not quite, kind of levels.
Can you give another competition? Another compromise.
Well, see, this Bowmore was quite close. What did we pay? I don't know. I think the only thing that would be standard that's similar is going to be Ardbeg Ugadal. Now, it is amazing that we bought this whiskey 3 years ago.
But I'm so glad we bought it.
And this is the first time we're tasting it.
Wow.
We've been waiting for some of these bottles to show up for 3 years. February 2019 we bought it. 2021. Almost.
Wow.
Almost 3 years we've been waiting to taste this whiskey.
I'm so sorry at the finish. At the finish is sort of smoky, sour.
Smoky char. And remember,
Burn finish.
We've been waiting 3 years and the bottle is open. Right. Over to the chat. Come on. Somebody must have been saying something in here. Let's see. Congratulations, Petehead. Well done, Frank. Sharing list, Jerry.
I'm so sorry.
It was on. Let's talk a minute about the sharing list. I know at some point we've all sat down and said, okay, that's it. I've bought too many whiskey bottles. Haven't we? Okay, most of us. Some of us. After we bought the Brora 38, we looked and we said, honestly, no more bottles. The only problem is, as soon as we said no more bottles, everything that we currently have suddenly seemed very precious.
Oh yes, we get panicky.
And we looked at the sharing list and we thought, if it's genuinely no more bottles, everything on the sharing list we want to keep. So I started removing things from the sharing list because we haven't been adding. Having said that, even though we bought them on the auction before the Brora, there is another box of bottles coming over. Right, back to the chat.
That's why I like him. Approved.
But the sharing list is going to be drying up. Let me just say that. So, Whiskey 101. Whoop whoop. Yes, 2 shots for 2020. That's right. We're 2 for 2.
I think
Petehead. I think Petehead is the one who got it, right? Petehead, you're going to be guessing our next... Not guessing. Oh, you will be guessing, but you'll be picking our next bottle. Utah are setting a high bar for this year. You know, it's getting easier. How many peated, heavily sherried, high ABV whiskies are in the list? Only 2. Early snipe for sure, Petehead, yes. Congratulations, Petehead. Watch the STD testing on this one. Oh, the Scotch...
What is the STD?
Scotch test dummies.
Oh!
Right. I'll go and find that one as well. Donna Pass. Think you got my sample of the first bottle 2 years ago. Yes, you did. So fun to try a unicorn bottle like that. thanks for you two for giving many of us the opportunity to taste. Well, thanks,
but
Tim.
you also give us the opportunity to whiskey.
Yes, we have traded a lot with people.
Because of all of you, thank you.
So often some of these bottles are traded bottles. Okay, soon the sharing list will only be Dalmore 12. Gigi! Thank you very much, Gigi. Here's a start for another Bunna, guys. How much is it at the auction?
You give money to Firebuck.
No, Gigi.
Oh!
Right. I said that too. Then K&L got Hackshoe 12 for 120. Yes, I just got one as well, Tim. I mean, before the Brora, but I got one. I want to fill in my house. Whiskey Vault. Peathead, top shelf, middle, third bottom, top shelf, middle, third bottle from the left. That would be your left, right? 1, 2, 3. So it's almost right in the middle. Here we go. Gigi, yes, you're in the hat. Hat, you know what I mean. Bottle number 228.
That is true. Is that me? Get more.
Picked by Peathead. Here we go. Is it a bourbon? Let's find out. What is that? Oh, hang on. I mean, I'm totally shocked by that.
You go back. You give a trophy to this.
Yeah. Okay. It's definitely worth a trophy. Looks like the trophy will fit nicely on top. No, it won't. That is pale white wine. But okay. I forgot. We didn't try the new make, Pete. Let me show you what it is. We went to the distillery. This is from...
Oh, Sherry Miller.
Bottled 63.5.
Sherry Miller.
Jerry. Cheers, Jerry. We all say no more bottles, then get more. I'm swearing off after February for now. Well, okay. 63% on this Bunna. Fruity and not very peaty. Hang on. Definitely says Moiné. Wow. Fruit, kind of like mouldy nectarines. Do you get much... Hang on. Let me just put a little bit. Do you get anything peaty on that? I don't get smoke. Oh yeah. I'm getting it here, unless it's just... Unless it's just reactivated.
But it's not strawberry type of peat.
Have a taste.
That's very interesting.
Oh, lovely.
Root vegetable.
Root vegetables. Oh, turnip.
Almost.
Yeah.
Apart from that, but not savory. It's nice, but very sweet.
It tastes like...
Very...
Yeah, it's like turnip, which has had some sugar put on turnip. An odd combination. Slightly perfumey as well.
Flora.
I have to say I'm not getting much peat on that. Right.
That interesting. It's more raw, fleshy.
Raw veggies. I mean, we've seen whiskey like this, which is very young, like the Thompson Manuka from New Zealand.
Oh, yes.
Maybe a Colila could be that light. Hang on. Smells closer to the new make.
That's peat.
It's a bit hard for me to tell after today's peat attack. You have a taste while I look at... let's see. Chardonnay. Yes, Matt. A nice white wine. No colour at all. Octomore. Could be. High ABV refill bourbon. Very refill. Haven't seen any notification from Roy. Is he taking a week off? He might be, actually. I think you might be right, Tim. Roy may not be on today. From dark to light, National Parks artist. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. No VPub until the 13th. Fine. Okay. So we can... There's no VPub today. So we can ramble on if we need to. Oh, we're actually quite early. We've gone quite fast.
We can talk about this if we want to.
The problem is we've been drinking 60% whiskies. So if this is anything below, it's going to seem like nothing today.
I mean, it's opposite. I think I'm spoiled back today because there's so much of sugar in today.
It's still
it's
still strong enough to push through. So it's still surely up in the 50s.
I mean, there's no sherry in it.
Whiskey with Molly, jumping right in. Perhaps SMWS Glenlossie. I think that's a good guess. Something like that. A young ex-bourbon SMWS. Could be.
Yes. I like it. I have to finish.
Hey, we're not really supposed to be drinking that. That's supposed to be the next one. Okay.
Yeah.
Peter. At the very least, it'll be next Thursday.
But it is so good.
Yeah.
I don't want to get back to this.
Right. I just want to go back to... Let's finish on this. Thanks, everyone, for watching.
Oh, what beautiful. It's beautifully integrated. Sherry, happy, even. And that fat is other. That's beautifully balanced.
You say they're not fighting each other.
No, they are not.
But it's like two boxers at the end of a fight where they've spent 12 rounds punching each other in the face and then they both give each other a big hug.
I almost agree you.
Because there's nothing subtle going on here. It's punches in the face from both sides. You're caught in the middle, but it's group hug at the same time. Group hug, everybody. Group hug. Definitely see you at least next Thursday. Depends if we get inspired on a Sunday or not. Okay. Wow. It did not disappoint after 3 years of waiting.
But I'm glad that $30 is not that expensive. But
for $90.
Wow.
All right, I'm off to Scotch Whisky Auctions to see how much it costs now.
Yeah, me too.
Not buying.
No, buy. For the sale.